faced higher borrowing and material costs, and prospective buyers were spooked by rocketing prices and climbing mortgage repayment costs. Now, as the interest rates have come down, many banks have reduced the cost of home loans. Will this revive the sluggish Indian housing market? Adrian Murray finds out.
As far as water is concerned, you don't have to worry.
Hoping to clinch a deal, Melwyn D'Almeida shows a potential homeowner around this flat in Mumbai. With sales waning, Melwyn says many estate agents have been forced out of business. But he's hopeful that recent interest rate cuts will persuade more people to buy a property.
People were looking at two factors. One was the price of the flats, and secondly at the interest rate. The prices having been going upwards and interest rates were also going upwards. They were not able to buy the flats. Now we see at least the interest rates coming down, and that has made people more confident.
India's central bank had raised interest rates 13 times since March 2010, before cutting the rate at which it lends to banks last month for the first time in 3 years. It's also taken steps to improve liquidity, effectively freeing up more cash for banks to lend by reducing the amount that banks must hold as reserves. Not long after the RBI cut its key interest rates by 0.5 percentage point, many banks have followed suit, moving quickly to reduce their lending rates on loans. But many haven't passed on that rate cut in full. IDBI was the first bank to change its lending rate. Like others, it cut interest rates by 0.25%, but it also reduced the interest they offer on deposits in a bid to protect their profit margins. But without passing on the RBI's cut in full, will any stimulus for the economy be more muted?
This reduction by IDBI Bank following Reserve Bank's policy is a mood changer. Now people have started realizing that going forward, God willing, inflation, if it remains where it is, so people who want to make investment, corporates, and people who want to buy houses will come forward because now they feel that the rates of interest will go down as the time comes.
It's hoped that lower loan rates should ease conditions for borrowers, helping businesses to invest and lifting sales for those sectors whose customers need credit, like housing and cars. Real estate developers have been hurt by weakening consumer demand, but have also been under pressure from steep increases in the cost of materials, as well as finding it tougher to get credit themselves.
We strongly feel that other reforms are necessary and liquidity situation has to ease if developers or real estate industry has to perform.
Despite lower interest rates, material costs and property prices remain high, and these have a significant bearing on the housing market. Whilst the central bank's move has been welcomed by property developers, they say more reforms are needed to help turn around the sector.
It's time for a short break now, but don't go away because when we come back, as internet use takes off in India, businesses